Welcome to Yoga for You with your host, Anna Del Rosal, certified yoga teacher. Yoga is not a substitute for medical attention, examination, diagnosis, or treatment. Please check with your doctor before beginning any exercise regimen, especially if you recently had surgery, are pregnant, or postnatal. If at any moment something doesn't feel right, please stop. It's important to listen to your body. I will provide detailed instruction as you move in and out of poses to ensure your safety. If you have any questions, contact your local yoga teacher or studio. Thank you for tuning in. Have a blessed day. Welcome to Yoga for You with Anna. This is one of those little short, sweet inspirations that when you have 15 minutes or less, 15 minutes essentially, that just sometimes that's all you need is just a quick practice. So we're going to focus on the hamstrings and really just about lengthening them, especially now as we get into winter and we're back out doing winter sports and dealing with snow and shoveling. So just opening up that back body. So starting on your backs and lay down, please. And just hug. I'm going to start with my left leg, but hug the other knee into your chest and keep the opposite knee bent, foot on the floor, or straighten the leg. And actually just circle your ankle at that knee that you're holding, that bent knee. I have the left foot circling, just circle both directions. And then even just point flexing a couple of times, just releasing any tension that may build up in your ankles. And then from here, straighten the leg, flex the foot. So your choice, you can grab the hamstrings, you can grab the calf, you can grab the toe if that's available to you, keeping the shoulder on the mat. And sometimes it's just nice to go to about 70% of what your max is. So you don't always have to go to the end to get the results that you need. So sometimes backing off is exactly what you need for the day. And just taking a couple of deep breaths here. Flexing the foot. That helps you get into that calf and the Achilles. It maybe helps to lengthen the leg a little bit. And it's okay if your knee is bent. I understand that you might not have the same hamstring flexibility that I do, but just doing what you can. And then one more breath here. And let's actually go for IT stretch. So if your left foot's in the left foot is up, you're going to rotate the left toes to the right shoulder and then just cross the leg slightly over the midline. So you're keeping the hip down, and it's not a full twist. It's just this foot is coming to the opposite shoulder and you're just lengthening through the side hip. So you might feel it down the side leg, you might feel it through the hip, you might even feel this lateral hamstring here. This is one of those harder areas to stretch, or that we don't often think about. Good, one more breath. Good, and then draw the leg back up, in, hug it in, and let's switch sides. So left knee in, right knee in, sorry. Left leg straight, circle the ankle. So sometimes, especially when I'm short on time, just taking the time to do a practice and breathe and get in touch with my body is just exactly what it needs to, especially when it's a busy day. Circle the ankle the other way. And then just point flexing. Or sometimes if you're just tired but you know a practice will make you feel better, then just taking a couple of times. And then let's straighten the leg up. So feel free to bend the knee if you need to. Grab the hamstring, the calf, the foot, or maybe just going a little less than you normally do. Flexing the foot helps you open up the back of the calf and the heel, or the Achilles. And even gives you a little stretch through the foot. And just take 2 more breaths here. Keep that right hip anchored. Okay, and then let's go for that IT stretch. So turn your right toes to the left shoulder. The leg crosses the midline just a tiny bit. Right hip stays anchored. So you're not going for a full twist here. It's just a slight rotation of the leg and the leg coming to the shoulder. Keep that right hip grounded. Take 2 more breaths. And if you have a strap at home, you could have used a strap this whole time. And then release, hug the knee in, hug both knees in, and either roll to one side or rock forward. And come onto your hands and knees, and we'll come right into a downward dog. So fingers spread wide, toes curled under, sit back towards your heels, lift the knees, and just go right into the downward dog. And sometimes it's actually nice to take a longer dog where the heels aren't fully on the mat, so you actually have a little bit of space to go. And just breathe here. Actually, come up onto your toes. You're going to bend your knees here. Keep your bottom up in the air. So as you bend your knees, your chest moves towards the thighs. Push the floor away. And then from there, you can actually stay there if that feels better on your back, or you can begin to straighten the legs and see if you got a little bit more space to the back. So let's just do that one more time. Come up onto your toes. Bend the knees. Let your chest drop towards your thighs. Hug the belly in. And then press through the heels to lengthen. Good. Take one more breath. Good. And then look forward and step your right foot forward. Between your hands, lower the left knee. Bring the top of the left foot to the mat. And from here, you're going to inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, straighten the leg. And again, inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Let's just move a couple times. Inhale and exhale. Good. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Good. 1 more. And straighten the leg. Then flex the foot there. You can stay upright if that's what's available to you, or you can fold over and just hang. So oftentimes we swing our hips towards that back hip. Like we swing over, to the left hip or the leg that's in the back. And I want you to keep the hips and shoulders squared off so they're all in the same line. Flex the foot. Good. Take 1 more breath. Good. And then inhale, lift. Walk, bend that front knee. Keep your back foot down, and you're just going to come into a low lunge here. So just opening up this quad. Press through that right foot this time. Now you're just strengthening that right hamstring. You can keep your hands to the knees if that's easier for your shoulders. And just take a couple of deep breaths. Good. 1 more full breath. And then lower your hands and let's switch sides. So step that foot back, opposite foot forward. Back foot, that right foot is flat on the mat. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, straighten. Inhale and exhale. So just moving from bent knee to straight leg 2 more times. And 1 more time. And then keep the leg straight. Flex the foot. You can keep your chest upright. You can be on your fingers, on your palms. As you fold over, keep your shoulders and your hips in the same plane. Allow your head to be heavy. Good. Take 1 more breath. And then we're going to come into this low lunge. So rebend that left knee. Sink your weight forward into that left foot. Press through the left foot. Either hands to your knee or arms up in the air. Your choice. I'm just going to stay here. Lift the chest. Hug the belly in. And just a couple of breaths here. So really press into this left foot so you get this strength. You feel that left hamstring engaging. Good. One more breath. And then both hands down and step forward. Feet hip width apart. Inhale, look up halfway, hands to shins. Exhale, fold. And again, inhale, lift and lengthen. Press evenly through your feet. Exhale, draw the belly in, bow. 2 more times, inhaling. Lengthen the crown of your head away from your tailbone. Exhale, draw the belly button in as you bow. 1 more, inhale. And exhale, fold forward. You're going to hold your forward fold here. Press evenly through your feet. Maybe grab your toes, hands to the floor. Maybe grab the back of the ankles and wrap your forearms around your calves. Good. 2 more breaths. Good. 1 more breath here, please. Good. Release your clasp, bend your knees, roll on up. Come up to stand. Okay, let's do a triangle. So let's just do an asymmetrical pose for those hamstrings. Turn your right toes to the front edge of your mat. The left foot slightly turns in. Pivot your chest, your belly to the left a little. Slide your right hand down the leg. Leave left hand to your hip or straight up. If you want a side stretch, you can take it overhead. But roll the chest open. Press into the feet. So you're pushing the floor away. Good. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath here, please. And then look down, come up to stand, and let's pivot. Left toes to the opposite edge of your mat. Turn that right foot in. Arms out. Pivot slightly to the right. Hinge. Hand to shin. I'm keeping my hand on my back. Again, you can look down, straight ahead or up, your choice. But press into the feet. Hug the belly in and twist. Good. 2 more breaths here. 1 more breath. And then inhale, come all the way up. Parallel your feet. Let's just do 1 forward fold. So just slide your hands down your legs. You can bring your hands underneath your shoulders or grab your ankles or your feet. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, bow. Let your head be heavy. Allow the shoulders to move away from the ears so you're creating space in your neck there. Draw your chin towards your chest. Good. 1 more breath. Good. And then inhale, look up halfway. Hands to hips. Come all the way up to stand. And then toe heel your feet together and come to sit down. Let's just do 1 forward fold. Let's do another wide leg forward fold. So legs wide. Stay here, bend the knees if you need to, especially if you have tight hamstrings. You can stay upright. You can hinge forward a little. Bring your hands forward. You can straighten the legs. You can come forward more. So your choice here, what works for you. And then draw your chin towards your chest. This action of drawing your chin in allows you to drop into your heart. So you get out of your thinking brain, out of the intellect. And just come into that more heart-centered feeling place. Good. 2 more breaths here. Good. 1 more breath. And then come on up and lay on your back. We'll do 1 back bend to end off the practice just to create balance in the spine. So roll on down, feet hip width apart. Hands, you can touch your fingertips to your heels. Press down through the upper arms, scoop your tailbone, curl on up, bridge. So a couple of breaths here. Lengthen that tailbone forward so you're opening up through the quads, the front body, This time again, you're strengthening those hamstrings. You know, we've been working on releasing them, but it's nice also to go from that stretch to strength so the muscles know to fire and release, or to activate and relax. One more breath. And then roll on down. Hug your knees in. So your choice here to take your Shavasana or not. When it's a short practice of 15 minutes, you don't have to take Shavasana, but feel free just to come up to sit and close your eyes. So we will at least close with just a moment of silence. So finding a comfortable seat, hands to prayer. And just take a moment to reflect on how just a short practice can impact your body, your mind. And just take a moment to give thanks to your body for all that it does do for you. Take one more breath. Thank you for tuning in. Have a beautiful day. Namaste.